Ladies and gentlemen, found myself one heck of an interesting article about Toyota saying, I would say, not so much good things about battery electric vehicles and where the future is going. Here is an article from Joey Klender from Teslarati. All right, so it says a longtime Toyota executive has essentially put the Japanese automaker strategy regarding a widespread electric vehicle transition out in the open, calling it a potential waste. Wow. Saying that moving towards battery electric vehicles right now could be a potential waste. Let's continue reading. Instead, Ted Ogawa, I hope I said that right, a longtime member of Toyota, said that money would be better spent on emission credits to meet climate goals. And for those of you who do not know what emission credits are, that's basically people who do not make emission-free vehicles. They basically get, I would say, a fine for not making battery electric vehicles. You'll get a fine. So they basically have to. So basically, car companies can buy these electric credits from other car companies like Tesla, because Tesla gets these credits every time they make a car because every car they make is only battery electric vehicles. So basically, you could avoid getting fined by just buying someone else's unused credit, which in my opinion is pretty ridiculous. That's just wasting money. Anyhow, moving right along, it said, wasted investment is worse than the credit purchase, Ogawa, according to the Automotive News. That's what I was just talking about. He's saying that it's better to waste money on buying credits instead of just making electric vehicles, which is them literally just throwing money away, like literally. So they're scared to invest in making electric vehicles because they think they won't make money. Yet, on the other hand, they're throwing away money just to not get fined. Strange predicament to be in. Ogawa seems to believe that electric vehicle demand is not currently at a level that would match a full-fledged transition effort from gas-powered and hybrid vehicles to electric cars. He explained this. Again, our strategy point is what the customer demand should be. So, for example, 2030 regulation said the new car market, more than half of it should be battery electric vehicles, but our current plan is like 30%. So they're saying that by 2030, probably 30% of the cars will be battery electric vehicles, but in my personal opinion, I think it's going to be more like 80. It's going to be a big switch. Anyhow, continue reading. It says Ogawa also said that despite the EPA reconsidering the EV regulations and potentially backtracking them slightly, it is likely a better idea for a business perspective to look at what customers want, which differs from what the agency wants. Okay. Yeah, they're saying that customers don't want electric vehicles because no one's buying them. But the thing is that battery electric vehicle sales are extremely high right now. 2023, they were up over 20%. But gas cars sales were only at 9%. So there is a massive switch. They just think people don't want EVs. They just don't want their EVs. People are just buying Teslas or Rivians or car companies that just make EVs. They're not going to switch. Like if you have loyal Toyota fans, they're not necessarily going to jump into a battery electric vehicle from Toyota. If they want a battery car, most likely they'll just buy one from a company that only makes them. Right. Anyhow, moving right along. I know the EPA is now reconsidering what the regulation level should be. We are respecting the regulation, but more important is a customer demand. He elaborated on this point, stating that the company would be better off purchasing credits from other car companies than living with a wasted investment where it would funnel billions into EV development, including battery manufacturing to qualify for U.S. My goodness, incentives, for example. Man, I can't believe what these people are saying. Like, they're like, oh, whatever. I think it's better to just waste money on buying credits instead of actually making an electric vehicle. Right. Toyota has already committed to a 1.3 billion EV development offensive in Kentucky. Its flagship U.S. facility. I don't know why I read that so terribly. Whatever. Moving right along. However, it is not the first time its executives have been skeptical of a fully committed electric vehicle push. Toyota Australia Vice President of Sales and Marketing Sean Henley said earlier this year that the company's skepticism regarding EV is not an anti-EV stance, but it is simply the company being real. Yeah, really out of their minds. All right, so also it says right here, Toyota is not an anti-EV. We're actually not. And we want to play in the EV market. We want to be a part of it. We're excited about it. we just don't see it as the golden bullet or the single golden bullet towards carbon neutrality. Hanley said some interpret it as Toyota being an anti-battery electric vehicle. No, we're not. We are just being real. We're being honest with the market and the position. Toyota's point is interesting considering where other companies have been put by committing to more aggressive EV efforts. On one hand, climate goals are what the EPA considers to be make or break. Considers to be make or break. What about that? Break to reach climate goals. On the other biggest companies in the world are being put in awkward positions financially and are even backtracking on their investments. So basically, Toyota's like, oh, look at all these other car companies that are trying to make battery electric vehicles and they're not doing so well. So let's not jump out there and do the same thing because we don't want to be screwed. Yeah, that's basically what's happening right now. Like, they are assuming that people don't want EVs, the demand is not there. But no, rates are just high, and a lot of people chose not to buy homes or cars in the past year. But once rates start coming down, there's going to be a big surge of people buying electric vehicles. And companies that make gas cars are like, oh, the people don't want them, they want our cars. And, that's fine if you think that, but the reality is going to strike real soon, and Toyota might be in a serious problem when that time comes. Anyhow, you guys, thanks for tuning in. Tune in some more for more information about the auto market, where things are going, and about Tesla and big tech and all that good stuff. Peace out, y'all. See you tomorrow.